You gotta be careful in the Pokemon card world, my friends. There's a lot of toxic misinformation out there from people who really don't know what they're talking about. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. You're watching the channel Dr. Applesauce 2. My name's Will. It's another beautiful day here in Texas. I hope you guys know that I love you, God loves you, and that there is an awesome plan for your life. Some very interesting things going on with some of the most popular Pokemon card sets from the Scarlet and Violet era. A lot of misinformation and toxicity that goes on in the Pokemon card community that can lead people astray that are either new or maybe they don't have enough time like I do and maybe you do to really look at the market and understand how things are gonna go as far as value, how things are gonna go as far as scarcity, how things are gonna go as far as reprints, and could definitely be led astray, as well as just people that want to cause craziness and misinformation and comment on posts and stuff saying this set's dead or that set will never be anything, and then, you know, months later they were proven wrong. So we're gonna jump right into it, okay? Basically what's happening is we're seeing a lot more 151 come to market at a higher price again, okay? So we already saw Pokemon 151 Japanese specifically, okay? Pokemon 151 Japanese specifically, we already saw it go from like $150 a box down to what, like, I think the cheapest I saw people selling in bulk was like $50 to $60 a box if you were buying a ton of it. Well, we're seeing a lot of it surface again because the Japanese economy is recovering, the yen is becoming worth more, and we're seeing Pokemon 151 Japanese Pokemon 151 booster boxes go back up to around $90 a box. Now, most recently they were around, what, like 60 or 70, but we're back up to around 90 a box, and we're seeing this a lot. So let's take a look. You can see right here, tons of stuff everywhere. Like, it's not hard to find Japanese Pokemon 151 right now, but prices are absolutely increasing. So if we go and look on eBay, you can see this snapshot is a pretty good synopsis of what you're gonna see on eBay. This is just for sale, okay? It's hard to find Japanese 151 booster boxes on eBay right now for sale for less than 90 bucks. Everything in this screenshot is basically $100 or more, and it's hard to find anything for less than 90 right now. But a couple examples that I want to show you from some sellers in Pokemon World that is one of the biggest Pokemon card selling Facebook groups ever, that are really well respected, is why I'm bringing this up. But we're going to talk about Pokemon 151. We're also going to talk about a couple other sets as well. But the reason I bring this up to you guys specifically is because for the longest time with Pokemon 151, we were seeing when things were really, really high, you would have people either lying intentionally or just being ignorant, saying there's never a restock coming. The prices are always going to stay this high. The prices are never going to go below, you know, $120. But then when the huge restocks came, on the flip side, you had a ton of people saying Pokemon 151 is dead. The prices are never going to go back up. Nobody wants this set. So it doesn't really matter what area or exactly what's going on with any given set. There's always going to be people willing to take the exact, direct, drastic opposite, the drastic extreme opinion just to spread crap out there. And this is why you can't just listen to everybody and listen to what everyone's saying in the comments. You kind of got to do your own information. So let's take a look at, we're going to look at a couple sellers from Pokemon World. I'm not afraid to show their names because I've watched these guys sell on Pokemon World for a long time. They seem to have great reputations. They seem to be standout sellers, and that people buy from them, and they do a very good job taking care of their customers. So we're gonna look right here. We got this first one right here. This was actually posted not even 24 hours ago, okay? And you can see right here, he has Pokemon 151 booster boxes for $94 a box. $94 a box. These guys are shipping directly from Japan as well, okay? So $94 a box. That's a little bit cheaper than you can actually see people offering it on eBay. But $94 a box as opposed to what, just a month ago, $70 a box? That's a pretty big increase. That's a pretty big increase. Next up is another guy, Brian. Again, these are sellers that sell on this Facebook page a lot, that have great reputations from what I can see and from the interactions that I see from them as well. So I'm not doxing them. I don't mind showing their names because it seems like they're doing a great job in taking care of people. But Brian has Pokemon 151 as well, and he's selling 28 boxes of Pokemon 151 with shrink wrap for $2,550 each, which is about, I think if I did my math right, it's around $90, $91, something like that. Could be off by $1 or $2, but basically I'm showing these because these prices for 151 booster boxes, these are coming direct from Japan, have gone up about $20 just in a month. Just in a month. And within that month, you have tons of people saying 151's dead. Even right now, you can go into comment sections and hear naysayers saying 151's dead. It's never going to recover. The set's never going to come back. Nobody cares, blah, 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 blah. And it's just not true. The amount of toxicity and misinformation that just gets intentionally spread around is wild to me. And I guess it's just wild to me because I pay close attention to things, and so kind of I can see the trends and how things typically will go. But then I try and put myself in the shoes of just the average person who, you know, has a normal job and just does Pokemon as a hobby and really isn't plugged into all of this. Might not understand and might see somebody saying all these comments of, oh wow, everybody's saying this set's dead and it's never going to recover. Well, I probably shouldn't buy anything. And the next thing you know, who knows, maybe they've gone up really, really expensive or they haven't. And you just got to be careful, right? So we're seeing some sellers selling this product and it has gone up in value. And like I said, to be fair, if you go look at eBay sold listings, you do see some recent eBay sold. So we see one right here. This was September 5th. Okay, so that's today, $88. September 4th, yesterday, $89. September 4th, $80. And September 4th, $96 on eBay sold listings. So eBay sold's kind of matching up with what we're seeing people selling direct from Japan, right? Also, I think we got to look at Twilight Masquerade as well, because like every Scarlet and Violet set before Twilight Masquerade, the general consensus and the general opinion is Scarlet and Violet sucks. Scarlet and Violet's going to tank. Don't buy Scarlet and Violet until it's tanked in value and you'll be able to save yourself some money. But Twilight Masquerade's kind of like shown us the exact opposite of that, right? So a lot of people had this opinion of Twilight Masquerade that it has really been the exact opposite. Let's look at Twilight Masquerade. $139 for this listing right here. Market price is $136 on Twilight Masquerade booster boxes. By the way, how about that new TCG player user interface? How cool is that? You can look right here and see that listed medium price is $140, that there are 42 sellers, the average daily amount sold is 23, and then the total sold is $2,121. This is a great snapshot update. This little snapshot right here I think is super valuable. You can see with Twilight Masquerade that it is doing very, very well. And the reason I bring up the Twilight Masquerade specifically is because there was a lot of negative opinions about Twilight Masquerade, and I will be the first to admit I didn't buy any Twilight Masquerade because I expected it to do as bad as everything else, and now I have no Twilight Masquerade, and that's my fault, and that's okay. It's not the end of the world. I'm not gonna cry about it. It's fine. But the set's doing really well, contrary to what the typical opinion of the majority of the most vociferous and the most outspoken Pokemon card collectors on the internet might have said, right? Twilight Masquerade, very, very interesting. And so this is super relevant because as we go into the end of 2024 and as we go into the beginning of 2025, Pokemon 151 is going to be one of the best, if not the best selling Scarlet and Violet set ever. I did say that it was going to be the best selling and the most valuable Scarlet and Violet set ever until we realized and until we saw that in 2025 we're going to be getting a Gym Heroes style set that's going to be some type of new remake of Gym Heroes, like 151 was a remake of base set more or less. We're going to be getting some type of Team Rocket set. What? And we also have this new set coming out called Surging Sparks that looks awesome. It looks great. Pikachu on the front with the silly Terra Crown that I know a lot of people hate, but freaking Pikachu. This set's going to be really, really cool. People are going to want this set. I think we're about to see a switch in Scarlet and Violet, okay? And this is why I'm making the video, right? Because we got to stop listening to what all these people are saying about whatever, and you got to start kind of paying attention and doing your own research. I think Scarlet and Violet is going to switch up on us, and we're about to get some really, really good Scarlet and Violet sets. And I think 2025 is going to be pretty crazy. We're going to get a couple vintage rehashes. We're getting Surging Sparks. There's a whole lot of cool stuff coming out. And what have I always been saying about Scarlet and Violet for like the past almost 2 years that it's been out? They're laying a foundation. And once that foundation for the TCG has been laid, which it has, we're going to start getting essentially fan service sets that are just going to be sets that have dope cards that people are going to want. And what's happening? Exactly that. So the Scarlet and Violet Foundation has been laid. The sets that are the outliers from that foundation, that are the best sets, are showing that to themselves. And we're going to start seeing some really cool sets in 2025. Gotta stop listening to all these people on the internet. I know it's weird saying that as I'm a person on the internet, right? Don't just listen to me. Do your own research. Go to TCG Player and eBay and look at trends. Look at things yourself. Be a student of how things are going to go. Unless you're just rich and you don't care, or you're only buying an ETB every set, then it really doesn't matter to you. It's not relevant to you. But do your own research. Listen to multiple creators. Don't just watch only the one creator that's talking about things. Listen to multiple people. Specifically, listen to people that are saying things that you don't agree with about, the market and Pokemon cards, things like that. Get a well-rounded opinion of everything to make your own judgments, so that when people tell you that a set is dead, when it indeed is not dead and starts to do really, really well, you can be informed. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Which set that we have seen revealed for 2025 are you most excited for? I want to know down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, guys. It's free and it really helps me a whole lot. And you can subscribe, hit that notification bell, all that good stuff. You can check this video out next. YouTube says you'll like it a lot. And like I always say, find somebody to love and serve today. Be the change you want to see in the world. See you next time.